This is Alan with the Grilling Network. Welcome. It's a beautiful day here in Southern California. Today we are smoking a brisket hot and fast from Lone Mountain Wagyu. We'll be using our Traeger Timberline 1300. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe and smash that like button. Let's get cooking. For today's cook, we'll be using Traeger's Texas beef pellets. It has a blend of oak, mesquite, and pecan. Let's fill up our hopper. I took the liberty off camera to empty the pellets from my Traeger using the easy access port on the back and dump the pellets out. For this cook, we'll be using the Wi-Fi feature on my Timberline 1300. This is going to allow me to monitor the cook of my brisket from anywhere. So we have a custom cook already preset. I've already turned on my grill and we're using the super smoke mode for the first part of this cook. Let's grab our brisket from Lone Mountain Wagyu and I'll show you the preparation of that. As I mentioned earlier, we are smoking a brisket hot and fast. The fine folks from Lone Mountain Wagyu were kind enough to send me this 100% full-blood Wagyu brisket. This bad boy weighs in about 15 pounds. I thought about trimming this up like I do on my other briskets, but opted not to. The reason why, I want to make sure that the fat and marbling throughout this brisket is rendered during the smoking process. Let's apply our rub. Today we'll be applying a couple rubs. First we'll be using the rub from Traeger. It's their coffee rub. It's got a blend of black pepper and coffee. So we'll give this a good dusting, making sure that we hit all sides of this beautiful Wagyu brisket. We'll let this sweat for about 20 minutes before we apply our next rub. Definitely can smell the coffee notes coming through. If you've never tried a coffee rub on beef before, you're definitely missing out. It's a must try. This rub is definitely going to add a dark color to our brisket. It's what we're looking for. Now we're going to let this rest for about 20 minutes before applying our second coat of rub. It's been 20 minutes. Look at this beautiful brisket. It's already got a nice dark mahogany color, and it's time for our second application of rub. Today we'll be using the rub from Meatchurch. It is HolyCow. It's an amazing beef rub. Again, lightly dust all sides of your brisket. We'll finish this up off camera. Again, let it sweat for another 20 minutes. It's been another 20 minutes and our brisket is ready for the smoker. As I mentioned earlier, we're using the super smoke mode of our Traeger Timberline 1300, and that's roughly 225 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll be smoking at that temperature for roughly 4 hours or until the internal temperature reaches 160 degrees Fahrenheit. And how we're going to monitor that is with the Wi-Fi feature of my Traeger. It's letting me know that it's up to temp. Let's toss this bad boy on the Traeger. As you see here, we got plenty of room. We're going to use the probe to let us know when it reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit internal. Every hour on the hour, I'm also going to spray it with some beef broth. We'll see you back soon. It's been 2 hours and time for our second application of beef broth. As I mentioned, every on the hour, I like to give it a good spritz. The Traeger app is letting me know that the internal temperature of my brisket has reached 78 degrees Fahrenheit, so we have a little ways to go. Man, that is looking and smelling phenomenal. So we'll repeat this process every hour until the internal temperatures reach 106 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, it's been right at 4.5 hours. Let's check on our brisket. That is looking and smelling amazing. The next step is to take our brisket off the grill and wrap it. You can either use aluminum foil or butcher paper. As I mentioned, you can use either aluminum foil or butcher paper. Here we have some butcher paper from my friends at Traeger. We'll double wrap this. I've already applied one layer of wrap. I'm going to apply one more layer. Make sure you do it nice and tight. We're going to toss this back on the smoker, let it go for another 2 hours or until it's pro tender. We've been smoking for 6.5 hours now, and time to check on our brisket. Like I've said in past videos, I don't go by temperature alone, but by feel. We're using our trusty thermal pin. I'm still feeling resistance, but we're hitting 180. So we have a little ways to go, maybe another hour. All right, it's been another hour and a half. Total cook time has been 8 hours now. I took the liberty off camera and tested the brisket, and it's done. So now we're gonna pull it off. Still piping hot. We'll let this rest for about half an hour. I'll unwrap it and we'll carve it up. Wow, this brisket looks and smells phenomenal. Are you kidding me? I can't wait to give this a try. Again, show you guys, trusty thermal pin. It just goes in like butter. No resistance. Temperature is 202, 204. Let's carve this bad boy up. Using a nice sharp knife. The grain is going this way, so we're gonna cut like this. So, wow, look at that. I mean, that just, the bend on that, I don't know if you can see that. This pull test just falls apart. Wow. Man, oh man. Wow, that was absolutely phenomenal. This was the juiciest and most flavorful brisket I've ever had. If you've never had 100% full blood Wagyu brisket, make sure you give it a try. Check out the fine folks at LoneMountainWagyu. Make sure you give the coffee rub a try, and of course, Meatchurch's rub. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe and smash that like button, and we'll see you guys on the next one.